Yep, so that's all good. Yeah, no worries. I'm actually around to answer questions about Hobbas, by the way. A lot of people have misunderstandings around what the program is about, or was about back in the day, and they have some concerns, obviously, for the program. And guys, just keep clicking the next arrow. Come on, honestly, just keep clicking the next arrow. Like, let's go. Let's move in. We've got to get in. Don't just wait. Oh my god, it's like Harry Potter. Like, come on, man. I can't actually go ahead in the queue because there's a strict queue system, but that's alright. We're almost there. Yeah, just click the next arrow all the time. That's all I do. So yeah, we're in the info bus. So feel free to come in and join us. You don't have to be HC to be in here, but you do have to be HC to vote on the poll. Okay. So yeah, you know, there's some, we were just talking about this earlier. So Hobbas are there's some concerns around abuse and stuff. It's not going to actually, I have no concerns about abuse. As long as we select our Hobbas correctly through process. We train them, and we make sure that they're the right type of people, you know, and we should be good. We won't have abuse that way. I think if anyone does actually abuse their powers, they won't last very long because everything's monitored, everything's logged, and everything's reversible. It's not going to be absolute catastrophe. We've got you know, Sulaki will police this program. And sorry if I missed things you say in the room. I just want to make sure that if you do want me to pay attention to something you want to say, just feel free to pop into the chat. I'm definitely you know, for it. But just so you know, it's not unusual to have moderators for your community. Okay, it's not exclusive to Habbo that whether or not moderators should exist. You know, moderators that exist across many different communities in you know, online. Twitch is you know, one of them, very important. You know, Discord, you know, there's a whole stack of communities. So yeah, we need to just make sure that we're you know, we're doing things correctly here. So Hobbas are not confirmed. No, we're still doing a poll on this. We don't know if Hobbas are coming yet. We're still doing a poll. We just want to make sure that questions are answered. They don't have any resource material about Hobbas, and we have very little information about them. So the community's not very well informed about what Hobbas were. Really, in general, they don't know what a Hobber is even in some cases, or they have a misunderstanding of Hobbas, and that's what we're sort of here to answer. We're here to clear that up. So we need to make sure that you know, things are taken seriously when it comes to Hobbas. If they get a no vote, I'm pretty sure that Sulaki will they won't proceed with it. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it is down to Sulaki at the end of the day. They are putting this to the community, but I'd say it's not gonna. You know, if they don't have Hobbas, there could be issues. For one, they wouldn't be keeping the nostalgia of Habbo. That's one, because Hobbas were part of that nostalgia big time. And that will do it for me if that's the case. But we need user engagement. We need a source of help for the players, and there needs to be you know, live help in the hotel that's going to assist with you know, moderating the people that are misbehaving. And just because we're 18 plus or 25 plus or whatever it is, it doesn't mean everyone's well behaved. In fact, adults are the worst behaved human on the planet. So they're not children, okay? It is not children that's worst behaved. It is in fact adults that are the ones that just don't get it. So we do need Hobbas for this, more so than ever. But what's important is how we do it. So we need to make sure that we have good criteria for Hobbas. We have an application process so that everyone can have the opportunity to apply if they meet that basic criteria. And that is exactly like what this is here. Criteria. We have training, verification, interview process. There's actually a 4-stage process. Well, there was a 4-stage process to become a Hobba. Yeah, they won't bring Hobbas back on the modern Habbo. That's true. As much as I campaigned for that idea to return, they haven't actually done that. So, they haven't. Well, yeah. So there's no program out there apart from not even ambassadors actually that match the Hobba program. So Habbo Guides, Habbo X, Guardians, even Habbo Helpers, none of that stuff matched Hobbas. Okay, they had nothing to do with Hobbas. They just had a program as a description for the community. You can't really compare the programs. I mean, you know, they ran the program for Hobbas between 2001 and 2005, and you know, as they tweaked the program, it did become a very, you know, you got recruited, trained, verified. You had to sign a contract. It was pretty serious. None of the other programs did any of that. So Habbo X, Helpers, Guides, you know, even Ambassadors. Even though, you know, Ambassadors were probably a lot more rigorous with their reviewing process, but they still didn't have, you know, people can't just apply to be an ambassador, so there's a opportunity issue there. They don't have training, they don't have a contract, they don't have, you know, they don't have the tools as Hobbas had. So, you know, there's a huge difference with those programs. Hobbas had the most impact, I think, with the community. They played a huge, an absolutely huge role in user engagement and retaining user experience, and therefore growth of the hotel. Because when that's run properly, right? Which it wasn't the UK hotel. They had a lot of UK hotel in particular were the leaders in terms of the program. So they took it very seriously. Staff took it very seriously, and they most definitely monitored their Hobbas. And I agree, and they do need to, if they bring it back, they do need to moderate, and I'm pretty sure they will. They do it with ambassadors even on Habbo.com. Ambassadors do get moderated. So yeah, absolutely. They need a staff member to run the program. One staff member, and usually that staff member is the head Hobba. That's what it has been in the past, and that worked out very well. The head Hobba was a member of staff. The head Hobba didn't have to necessarily be a member of staff though. It could have been an actual Hobba that was just a long-serving Hobba. But staff in the past have been the ones that take up the role, and the reason for that is because of the access they actually had as head Hobba. So. Tighten the grip on casino issue. I really don't know about that one, Proxy. That's a bit up in the air, actually. Sulaki have this as a terms and conditions, so no, it's not allowed. But they haven't been moderating it, so I don't know what they wanted to do there. I think that if they do return Hobbas, they would certainly need to clarify that with them. Yes, Red Tiz was one of them. Red Tiz was also known as Glittercat, if I remember correctly. So Bex was also Bex was actually the one that brought Hobbas into existence, from what I've heard. She was the main driver behind that, and she ended up being the community manager for the entirety of Habbo. She was the manager of communities for Habbo, for all of the hotels across the world. So, like, she played a really important role in the community, and she had a really huge impact on the community. She did pretty well. She moved over to Moshi Monsters at some stage, which was you know, for younger humans. I think it's like 8 and 12. I think they target marketed that Moshi Monsters, and so they had a more strict moderation system, but they had a much smarter one as well. but they still had moderators that assisted with making sure the place was safe. So they didn't leave everything to bloody automation like they're doing these days. There's a lot of rumors going around as well, and I think that personally is being created by possibly trolls, by the way. So and opinions even. So just yeah, I think if they do return Hobbas, they should definitely recognize anyone that was previously an actual Hobba back in the day. I definitely think that they should yeah, they should definitely consider that. But they should also give the opportunity to other people as well that want to become a Hobba. You know, you need a good moderation team. We do have about 4,000 people that come on here, so that's a fair bit of people, right? For one community, it used to be bigger, definitely. I agree, but it's still a reasonable amount of people, so we do need a reasonable team. Yeah, Trump Biden debates. Hey, that seems to be the topic of conversation of late. In terms of on the political standpoint, I certainly agree. We're not. The only debate we need to have here is the fridge. That is absolutely nothing else matters. Actually, Gregory, I absolutely agree. But the fridge is definitely more important than Donald Trump and President and Joe Biden. So, the really good thing that Habbo are doing with Origins at the moment is they're actively developing the hotel. This is really important as well. They've got to be active in the hotel. They've got to be talking to people. Sorry, this is not the article I want to show. But yeah, we've got fixes and we've got these fix reports. This is great. This is the sort of stuff that we need to do. This is modern game development, keeping, making it public, but keeping the community informed of what's going on. So, yeah. So based on everything we've been talking about, I definitely encourage you to say yes to Hobbas. They will certainly make Habbo Origins a lot more like nostalgia, and it will be a much better experience for everyone. I say that conditionally, by the way. It does depend on how Sulaki run the program. It really does. That's what it comes down to. It's their leadership. If they had anything like the leadership they had in the past, they will do. They will keep the good qualities of the past and put it into the present. We are adults, yes. And there seems to be a misconception that adults are just all well behaved. If that was the case, we wouldn't be having over 100 wars in the world, political power and all that kind of stuff, power mongering going on. We wouldn't have stuff like domestic violence happening on the daily. We wouldn't be having crime happening as much, or crime would only be secluded to children. And that's it. Well, unfortunately, that's not the case. Adults are worse behaved than children, in general. They are definitely 100% worse behaved. So that's why we need Hobbas more than anything with the Habbo Hotel Origins. We need good Hobbas. And having said that, just on the point of moderation quality, moderation shouldn't be about. Moderation is not. You say someone says one thing, they get banned. That's not what it is, right? Moderation is about making sure that you know, you have a peaceful environment within the rules. You know, the rules for a community do differ, but the main thing is just to remove, you know, we want to remove that toxicity from the community, but we want to do it in a way that analyzes behavior. You know, is someone actually meaning to cause trouble? You know, if the answer is yes, then you know they have to be moderated. That's basically it. But having said that, Hobbas weren't just about moderation. They were also about guiding people around the hotel, answering their questions, you know, mingling with them, user engagement, you know, chatting, all that sort of stuff. Just improving the user experience as a whole. Yeah. So that is indeed it. But yes, we've got shout out here now. We've got a number of people in the room here actually. We've got, I'll go through the chooser list this time. So we've got And, Ardle, Finley, Gregory 2004, Hip, Marcy, Nasty, Nyon, Proxy, me, Tufts, Bast, and Wenders. Welcome to the info bus. I'll click on you all so you get a bit of that. Proxy, Hip, and Marcy, Ardle with the camera. Thank you very much. I like how he's. I just realized this. Oh, I can see what you're doing there, Ardle. I can see what you're doing there. You're holding the camera because I'm sitting on the chair. That's hilarious. It's funny. Wenders, welcome to the info bus as well. Softly. Who else just walked in? I think I missed them. Crafts. Oh no, I've already mentioned you. Yeah, no, it's alright. Everyone's mentioned. Hello. Hello, Gregory. How you doing? You're holding the camera. Oh my god. Just love it. It's funny. Carrying camera. Did you like the color? What are you talking about? The color green? Is that what you're talking about? Color green? The camera is great. Yep. The camera is great. So good to see the camera back, man. They have a camera in Modern Habbo, but it's just terrible. In comparison to this. You don't even have the animation of them holding the camera. Like, what the hell? What's going on, man? They've lost a lot. Oh, the color gift. Sorry. No, I am actually on stream. If you're listening. Yes, I responded to you on stream. I haven't actually looked at my hand yet. I haven't looked at my hand, sorry, but I haven't actually opened any of the gifts. We have purple and red gifts, which is nice. That's all I've got. So, did that come from you? Camera saving pics sometimes, sometimes not. Yeah, I haven't actually tested it myself, but their staff have actually acknowledged that there's some issues with that, so that we should hopefully see fixes. Welcome to the info bus, Dazza. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, the camera feels a bit random at the moment. Well, the photos, yeah. Hopefully they'll be able to fix that. They shouldn't give up on any of these problems that they've got, by the way, with Habbo Origins. Everything's fixable. Everything. Everything to do with game development is fixable. And I know because I've made games. So, everything you do is possible. They just need to find out how to do it. And if they keep on long enough with some of these bugs that might be taking them a while, well, they'll certainly get it. We have faith. We have faith in staff to get this right, but they just have to make sure they keep working at it. I've never seen a working photo on a wall, so I have no idea. Fair enough. I haven't actually tested it myself, so I couldn't tell you. By the way, what can help staff, guys? If you want to report bugs and stuff, if you can reproduce the bug exactly for them, that is, and tell them how the steps of reproducing that bug, that's definitely the best way to do it. So, and just send you, obviously send it on Twitter, send it on through customer support if it's a bit long or whatever. Just report it and show them how it's done, and that will help them narrow it down so they can find out what the problem is. And that's basically half the issue. Half the issue is knowing what the problem is so they can fix it. It's actually more than that. It's more than half the issue when it comes to bug fixing. It's like 75% of the issue. So if you see me streaming on Twitch, by the way, I don't normally stream on Twitch. I stream game development of my games. Just today I'm doing an off the schedule Habbo Origins stream. But usually I normally stream game development. I make my own games. And I'm making a game at the moment called Genticity, which is inspired by Habbo and Simcopter, actually. So there's 2 games there. So inspired by Habbo and Simcopter, so a certain aspect of Habbo in terms of how Hobbas operated back in the day. And Simcopter in terms of helping people. But yeah, there's you'll see some similar instances there. So yeah, that's what I do generally on stream. I've been streaming on and off for a bit for the last few years, and I normally stream my primary project is called Genticity. Genticity, sorry. I just spoke about Genticity. That's a secondary project. Job and Cheeky is my primary project. Fill the bus or nah? You can try it. We can try it. Oh, I hate how this keeps coming up. I want to put my link in there because I forgot I refreshed before. So. Oh yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Peanut butter cookie dough. Ooh. Awesome stuff. So any questions, guys, feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer them. I am streaming it's like 5:16 AM at the moment. I've been streaming for like 2.5 hours, so since about 1:30. I woke up to my computer switching all of its lights on, like all my keyboard. I usually have everything switched off, but Windows 11 decided to do an update just randomly in the middle of the night, and everything switched on. And I've got this light as well on my microphone switched on, so you can imagine how everything was bright. And it was like, what's going on? I can't get to sleep because of the light of the computer. So I haven't been able to get to sleep. So I thought, I might just do a stream for Habbo. I kind of want to do a bit of these before the next poll. We talk about how Habbo's going. You should drink tea, Ginger. Maybe. I do have water here. I actually, by default, I tend to fast. By the way, so I intermittently fast every day. I do drink water. I'm allowed to drink water, right? But I don't eat or drink anything else. Generally after dinner. And usually up until about lunchtime. So I don't really have breakfast either. Or my breakfast is lunchtime, and there's a reason for that. It's called autophagy. If you're not sure about autophagy, autophagy is spelled like this, and autophagy is a way of actually, I'm not familiar. Lost my autophagy. Yep, there we go. I had to. It just looked a bit weird with Habbo's font, so I had to make sure I typed it somewhere else. Autophagy. There we go. Finally, autophagy. Autophagy is like basically a form of you just recycle old cells, and like you basically it's a slow aging process. It's like an anti-aging process. It's quite cool. So if you do it properly, you can really benefit your health. You can reduce so many potential health risks to you, like heart disease, diabetes, all these things. and it may. I think there's been some suggestion that it even can slow cancer or even prevent cancer when you do intermittent fasting. So yeah, I'll sort of do that. So I basically usually I just have like 2 meals a day, but primarily speaking, when you don't eat, your body starts eventually going into like a maintenance mode, and you can accelerate the benefits with that by just drinking some plain water. I drink a particular water that is like it's reconstructed water, so we sort of boil the water and freeze it. And when you boil the water and freeze it, it regenerates the crystals inside the water, and it tastes so much better, and it's so much better for you as well. So I don't just drink water out of a tap, because water has memory. It remembers everything it goes through, including all the pipes and sharp turns and the treatment that it goes through. But that can be restored to its glory, its former glory, through the process of yeah, basically freezing and filtering it. At least filtering and freezing it. You can filter it and freeze it. You can also boil it and freeze it as well. So yeah, so I drink that. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Welcome back, Crumble. Into the room here. We've touched a lot on the topic here with Habbo, so it's really good. We hope to see a lot of this stuff, a lot of this stuff that's a known issue to be fixed soon, I'm hoping. Yeah, they do have a lot of issues with logging in and things like that for some people. I don't know why only some people are having issues with it, but yeah. Some issues with Mac and things like that, but they still have it. Who do we have now? Broccoli. Welcome to the info bus. And to the stream. Fantastic. Bass Hunter last night. Oh yeah, good old Bass Hunter. Just wish America had pathways to walk on. They call it the don't call the footpath, do they? They call it the sidewalk or something. Oh, 90% of pathways are actual physical pathways, yeah, right? Just end? Oh yeah. They think I transform into a car or something. Yeah, probably. Maybe a Mora. On the footpath, on the grass, depending. Yeah. Good stuff. So yeah, I just hope that this goes into the right direction. I mean, they're doing some good stuff, like with polls and stuff, with polls and that. So hopefully, you know, listening to their community is certainly one thing they should do. We just need to make sure they make the right decisions based on that information. Because not all feedback's correct feedback, right? It's not all feedback's correct feedback. We do need to make sure that games are basically developed based on correct feedback. So you just got warned. Oh yeah, it's the auto tingling thing. It was that auto moderation thing is absolutely terrible. It does not seem to like capture anything like guilty. It always gets you it always seems to have a go at you when you're saying something innocent as well. It was never really good. I remember it. It was never really good. They should remove that. The best form of moderation is human moderation. Nothing replaces human moderation. You can have technical systems to assist with, moderation, but ultimately, being muted and things like that or banned automatically should never happen. Welcome Skydive to the info bar. Oh yeah, hello. Going on your stream? Yeah, I'll just say it for people because not everyone's tuned in, but yes, I'm streaming. So, and for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Shadow Wolf in Habbo Origins. That's me right here. I was originally known as Agent Spy in Habbo, and then changed over to Odysseus, and I'm the former Master Ambassador of the Australian-New Zealand region. It's been a few years since I've come back to Habbo, actually, so, and just so you know that I was actually a Master Ambassador, this article here from Habbo, habbo.com, November 3, 2014, my name is right there, and I served for 7 years in the program, so, I was Master Ambassador that entire time, where I led a team of ambassadors, and being the first point of contact between ambassadors and staff members, so that was a very rewarding time for me in Habbo community. I've since moved on to do game development, so I'm making 3 games now, and I'm running my own community at Luke Wolf Games, yeah. But I've come back to explore Origins and hopefully answer some questions about what Hobbas were, because not a lot of people understand anything about Hobbas. They don't know what Hobba was, or they have a misunderstanding of what Hobbas Odysseus, that's how you spell it. And so I'm here to clear that up. I'm here to clear up what Hobbas used to be about. I'm also here to support the idea that we should introduce Hobbas back into the hotel, but we should do so correctly. And there are certain ways to that. Basically, we have a community here that doesn't have moderators. We do need moderators. There's a number of reasons why we need moderators, and Hobbas assist with moderation. For instance, we need user engagement. Okay, we need user engagement. We need some people to look after the community in that capacity. We need people to protect us when there's someone causing trouble, especially when we've got only adults using a website. Right, adults are the single most worst behaved human on the planet. You don't get the same misbehavior as you get with children. When it comes to adults, it's much worse. So we do need Hobbas when we need to make sure that we're looked after. So we do need good quality moderation. So what I mean by that is reasonable moderation. We should be assessing behavior, not action, necessarily. So if someone says one thing, they shouldn't necessarily get banned straight away, right? That's not what moderation is. Moderation is focusing on behavior. If there's someone that might be, misbehaving, then we need to send them warnings, and, if they keep doing it, then, yeah, perhaps they should get banned. But it's not something that, we shouldn't have ban fests happening here. That's not it. So quality of moderation is really important. In order to achieve quality of moderation, we need to have training, we need to have good recruitment, good criteria, recruitment. Before there was a 4-stage version of becoming a Hobba that was very rigorous. That needs to return if Hobbas do return. There needs to be training as well. So Hobbas don't just get powers, right? They need to be trained in how to use those, how to perform their role, how to use their tools, and how to perform their role properly. That's what good quality moderation is, right? So we need to have that. We just need a source of help for the community, because we're not going to get it if we don't get Hobbas. We're not going to get, user engagement if we don't get Hobbas. You know, right now you sort of request, you have to send a customer support ticket to staff, and you generally don't get a relevant answer. So like it's a bit of a problem right now. I think they may have improved it a little bit, but like, you know, it's not live help. We need live help in the hotel, if we're going to grow as a community. So yeah, we need to have this. It's not unusual to have moderators in a community. Okay. We do need moderators. Every community out there has moderators, or it's not unusual to see moderators, or at least someone that's going to enforce some kind of rule to keep, you know, to keep the peace, right? We do need that. Just how that's done is also important, and we need to make sure that we're considering how that's being done. And the poll doesn't give a lot of feedback or context around this, so a lot of people are just going off what they may think they know about Hobbas, or may misunderstand about Hobbas, or some people remember the idea of Hobbas, and they you know, they're going ahead with it, but they might not understand much about it. So we need to make sure that we try to bring it back as much as we can the way it was. Hopefully we can get some good quality out of it, and bringing it to the present. It's always, of course, it's not going to be absolutely the same. There's going to be some things that are different, but if we can, you know, bring it back to close to that 2005 experience as much as possible, then we need Hobbas, basically. So, but the good thing about the process is that we do have we do have like good development activity at the moment in Habbo. So we are seeing stuff in Habbo, Habbo Origins, that is. We're seeing stuff in there. We're seeing them actively, you know, fix things, and this is what we need. We need this. It's to keep the player in you know, engaged. And this is something Sulaki really needs to make sure. And up until, I mean, it seems like they're sort of starting to get the picture now, in terms of engagement a little bit better. But we do need this. We can't. The Habbo's only a community's only self-sustaining to a certain point. But in order for it to grow, we do need engagement. We do need to keep things in check. So, yeah. So we are making sure of that. And we should help people understand the differences of Hobbas as well. So I just want to share with you, you guys, if you have a look at the chat in stream for a second, I'll share a few links. This is the web.archive.org page that talked about what Hobbas were in the past. So if you're not sure about the specifics about the program, particularly that frequently asked questions page there about how Hobbas operated, and the Hobber application form, again, see some of your questions in terms of the criteria, in terms of how people became a Hobber. You can tell just by the old website that how serious they actually were about Hobbas, and they didn't just, you know, give anyone anything. Did they remove it from the catalog? I don't. Oh wow, that's kind of crazy. Yuccas have always been in the catalog. There are some items in the current Hotel Origins that isn't in the catalog at the moment. They have recognized that, so hopefully we'll see some of those. We'll see all those, actually, all of them come back to the catalog. Probably turning into an NFT. Oh my god. Yeah, if they're not in the catalog, they won't have a buy now button. You have to find them on the marketplace. Kind of annoying. Yeah. They've removed some interesting things from the catalog, I think. They don't have mannequins in the catalog anymore. What the hell's the go with that? Like, we've got like agencies and stuff, or costume changes, or whatever have you, right? Whatever games you have, they've always had mannequins in the shop, but they don't have mannequins in the shop anymore. What the hell? Let me just double check this. Yeah, mannequins don't exist. You know, what the hell is this? The bundle. Like, what? You gotta go and find it in the marketplace. Why is the mannequin a rare, bro? Like that doesn't make any sense. There's 39. Like what the hell? I don't understand why that's a thing. They're certainly making some strange decisions. Yeah. Welcome Stripped, by the way. Actually, I think I did welcome you before. Sorry. So shout out to Leaks in the room. Hello, Leaks. Nasty, Change, Gregory 2004. We've got Proxy, Script, Skydive, Jane Ixo, and Marcy and Nyon. Welcome to the info bus, guys. And I'm sitting on the chair. I've got to say though, the best thing that they've brought back since they brought Habbo Origins back is the Gold HC badge, hands down. I've got to say that is definitely something I've missed in Habbo time. It just basically evaporated in the updates that they've had to the client. So I really like the Gold HC badge. They've got to keep this profile system here. This is awesome. It's just, you know, it makes badges rare and special, and this is what badges should be. They shouldn't be you know, they shouldn't have like thousands of badges, man. Well, they have it for new Habbo, so we'll keep that with new Habbo, but you know, this version needs to only have rare badges, so but yeah, this is awesome. This is what we're doing here, so have a Ween Fernie? Absolutely. Yeah, I'm down for that. Murder Duck. Just the Murder Duck? Is that the only thing? I like a lot of the I like the combination of the whole category of Halloween. That's my favorite category. Of course it is, right? Will they add credits soon as well? Credit furnitures? Oh, like exchanges? I don't know what they're gonna do with that. They may not buy it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. There's no information on that at the moment. Keep that in the dark side. They did introduce exchange a little after this time of 2005, but I kind of want this Habbo to stay 2005. But yeah, I don't want them to make it. I don't want this to become another new Habbo, guys. I really don't. We need to keep new Habbo stuff with new Habbo and old Habbo with old Habbo. And 2005 Habbo. We've got to make sure that line is very clear here. There's no point in having two new Habbos. That does not make sense at all. Credit furniture would be nice if we were able to purchase it without being taxed. Which is what happened with Habbo Exchange. So Habbo Exchange, when they first introduced Habbo Exchange, they didn't have a tax on any of the furniture items. But then they put a tax on it for like 1 credit. And I think now, if we have a look at the shop, what are they doing now with it? Astronomical. They've got 5 for a gold bar that's like 50 credits. You've got to pay an extra 5 credits. What the hell, man? Like 22 for a sack? What the heck? Like, I thought it was outrageous that they had 1 credit on most of this stuff. This is greedy. This is not good. This is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. This credit, this tax, man. It's just, I've never agreed with the tax on Habbo credits ever. I really haven't. You know, you've already purchased the credits. You should be able to trade it without having to buy it again. Oh, inflation, yeah, garbage. Inflation's the the reason for it, yes, but also it's just greed. Really, that's what inflation is. Inflation is utter greed. There is nothing. If we didn't have greed in the world, we wouldn't have inflation. Amongst a lot of things, to be honest, but yeah. They money upkeep the info bus, dude. The info bus doesn't go anywhere. That's funny. You know, I always wanted the info bus to actually go somewhere when it was first introduced, eh? Like, I was like, oh, there's a bus, where are we going? That was like my first thought about the info bus. But it never actually drove anywhere, and I was disappointed. But after a while, I came to accept that it's still pretty cool how it's sitting there. Gosh, I'm still suffering from dry mouth at the moment. Anyway, guys, you've been amazing. Hello, Sarah. Walking to the info bus there. Really appreciate it. Accusing him of what? I wouldn't be surprised. His name is Script, okay? The fridge is not working. No, he's scripting. You can't pull hand items out of the blue without a source of without an actual like dispenser. That is not how it goes. Yeah. But he's not doing any harm, he's just exposing the fact that it needs to be patched. Okay, so don't freak out. It's alright. Rink, welcome to the info bus. Star, we've got some new people in here. Yeah, don't stress about the don't stress about that, guys. Just Twitch. Not Habbo Hobber, but have you seen my dad? The answer is no. I don't think I have anyway. Yeah, so welcome. If you're just tuning in, my name is Shadow Wolf in Habbo Origins. I'm known as Agent Spy or Aegis Elias on Rule Habbo. Sorry. Modern Habbo. They're both real. It's okay. Here, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for following. Really appreciate that. I'm the former Master Ambassador of Habbo Hotel. I was Master Ambassador of the Australian New Zealand region over 7 years. And to prove that, because people constantly question my credibility with this, I did have the page up. Where is it? There it is. November 3, 2014. This is an official Habbo article, and I am on there. Okay, and I served for 7 years. So, basically, I'm here to answer your questions. I've been on Habbo since 2004. I lived in a time when we had really good moderation with Hobbas, and so I do know a lot about Hobbas. I wasn't a Hobber myself, but I do know a lot about them and how they operated, so feel free to ask questions about that. Unfortunately, with Habbo Origins, I haven't really given a lot of context around what Hobbas are and or what they were before. There's a lot of misunderstanding about what they were and a lot of misconceptions about what they actually stood for as well in the past. But for the UK hotel, which was the leading program, leading 200 Hobbas in the hotel, we had some really good user engagement. We had good moderation, so and people were able to get help when they needed it. Yeah, which is great. Like, we had a really good time with them. So we do need Hobbas again to bring back the nostalgia of that. Absolutely, that's one. And the second thing is to look after our players, make sure they get help. We've got an ad break, so I'm going to come back in a few minutes. So don't go anywhere, guys. Okay, we're finally back. Oh my god, that was agonizing. 3 minutes was agonizing. Okay, but it's alright, we're back, and we're, yeah, we can talk about it. We always wait for the community when there's ads on, because it's not fair for everyone else. Not everyone does get ads, but, it's just, yeah, it's not fair. But we only run once, it's just once an hour, so we have a full hour of just doing whatever we want. So, really good. Alright, so, yeah, so we're in the info bus. We've got some new people in here, which is fantastic. We've got, starting from this side of the room, we've got Leaks chilling in the corner there. We've got Neon, Gregory 2004, Foxy, Skydive, Jay and Nixo, and we've got Script. Interesting name. Wenders, Star, Bakota. If I'm saying that right. Do correct me if I'm wrong, by the way, if I don't mean to say your name wrong. Sarah's also in the doorway there. Marcy's standing up there as well as me. I am sitting in the seat at the moment. And I do apologize if I miss what you're saying in the room. I may miss what you're saying. But if you want me to respond to something, feel free to either ask again in the room or just send something in the Twitch chat. Twitch chat's more reliable for me to respond to you, by the way. So feel free to come in and ask your question. I'm happy to, or say what you want to say. You're not restricted to questions. But thank you very much for following, Kia. Really appreciate it. If you would like a Yoshi avatar on my stream, by the way, guys, you do need to be a follower, because otherwise I get a whole stack of spammy bots that just sort of walk around on the screen and sort of like it takes up space. So if you are following, you do get a Yoshi on the screen, and you can actually use the Twitch app on the stream channel to change your color once you get enough in stream avatar Lugats. So basically, the more you watch the stream, the more Lugats you get, and therefore you can change your color, or purchase a color. So with those Lugats, so yeah, pretty cool stuff. We just had Defibrillated in walk into the room, so welcome, Defibrillated. And yeah, pretty good stuff. I did mention Proxy, didn't I? Yeah, cool. You updated to do, but I can't be able to turn my phone off. Welcome back, Nancy. They got some awesome stuff. We did have a Congo line happening earlier before. I don't know if I took a screen. Did I take a screenshot of that? Probably didn't. Damn it. I didn't. I'll just check something. One moment. Let me see if I did. No, but I did take a picture of a hobber. Okay. This is what a hobber looks like, guys. If you ever see a hobber in the hotel, this is what they look like. Generally they have gold badges. Ones with silver badges are in training, and the gold badges are experienced hobbers, or just qualified hobbers. So yeah, the whole bunch of old screenshots we've got here as well with this. Welcome, Mark G1408. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for following. Appreciate it. Awesome stuff. So we have a whole list of hobbers from back then. This is a notable hobber too, actually. Shady 18. I have one of the images I have is with Shady 18 there. I've got a number of them. There's a whole like there were fan sites that created like lists like this, and they just yeah, they just they created, like, it was really kind of interesting how they did this. They went and collected these images of a badge they were wearing at the time, and they just sort of put it together and say, hey, here's the hobber list. So yeah, there's a lot of it. This particular, oh wow. Oh, this image is actually working for me now. Fantastic. It wasn't working before. The second hobber I met was actually Misky, except she's not wearing a badge at the moment. She used to always wear a badge, but yeah. The others, see, a lot of these I actually remember. Oh, there was some moderators as well. Yeah, pretty cool. There were a lot of hobbers, man. There were a lot of hobbers. This is the this is some images of them in the info bus area. So Lucky Clone was another really cool kind of hobber. Yeah, I remember Nove. I haven't met some of these. I didn't meet Nikita, although I've seen them in the hotel. Hajel, Starry Girl. I remember Starry Girl as a silver hobber actually. She was being trained by Madame. And that was cool to see actually. So Supervisor Hobbs actually training hobbers in the welcome lounge. So the community can see it. That's awesome. I think I might have one of Madam somewhere. Let's have a look. I don't really have anything in any particular order, by the way, so I'm gonna open up this one and then we'll just go. So this is the info bus, guys. When the info bus first, one of the times when the info bus, early stages of the info bus, we had Kelly as the hotel manager, and she was running a session in there. I brushed my hair. Okay, good to know, Kelly. More screenshots of the info bus. We have a lot of hobbers here. So we've got Abby 2002, so just a whole bunch of them. This is part of the hobber list screenshots here. They just put it together and put it up onto a website, and I don't know, they're not exactly hard to find these days, but they're starting to get a little bit on. So that's one of them. We had another list here. Rayboy was also one I saw quite a lot actually. Quincy, yeah. There's one hobber on here that I actually knew that I didn't have a screenshot of, unfortunately. His name was FDB. He was actually a friend of mine. Ended up becoming a friend of mine. I knew him for years, and him and Joe Computer actually, yeah, Joe Computer. R.I.P. Joe Computer, that's for sure. He was one of the very first hobbers, Joe Computer. So, some of them are not relevant here. Sheila Tequila, that was she was an absolute character. Sheila Tequila. She used to stream on Sorry, she used to DJ on Habbops. And yeah, some pretty cool stuff there. So here we've got a hobber in the room, and a whole bunch of people just hanging around. How awesome is that? So you can tell that they really mingled with the community, you know. That's a old friend of mine's actually. Hoggy Puck's room. There was no hobbers in that one. Jafo, that was the Canadian hotel, I think actually. Jafo. A whole group of people. Some of these are really old. Buddy, I remember Buddy, that was the Australian hotel. Yeah, kind of interesting. We've got some pictures of Infobus stuff. So Do Lee and Bex, some very notable staff members of history. Bex was the community manager across 25 countries, so she was the manager of communities for Habbo. So yeah, she's everyone will remember. This is the an old poll that they used to do in the info bus. This is what happens when you. This is what used to happen. You could actually read the entire question. By the way, that was one thing that happened. And then you had to choose the right answer. That's how they did info bus sessions. Really cool. There's Bex sending out a hobber alert saying hello, love you all. So yeah, got some. This is the mingling side of. This is like the user engagement side of what Hobbers and Habbo staff did, man. This is the sort of stuff that we need back in Origins. Yeah, so Hobbas would send you Hobbas says alerts. That's how they operated. It wasn't moderator says, it was Hobbas says. So, yep, this is the, some screenshots of Hobbas around the hotel. And who they were and the badges they were wearing. Some of them I didn't meet. Honestly, I think I never met AK. DJ Mo, I don't think so. Cookies. But yeah, I remember a lot of these names though. These just the same screenshot apparently. I'll just continue. There's the diving board in Lido. Everyone was a bunny. I don't know where that came from. That was kind of cool. Maybe around Easter, perhaps. I don't know what that was about, but that was, oh yeah, probably just someone saying something. Oh yeah, a screenshot of all the different Habbos. Some of them actually quite notable. Actually, there's a lot of these Habbos. Recall awful techniques. Tricks, Chrysath, Sonic. Yeah, a lot of these Habbos were diving, so we've got a diving montage here. Pretty cool. The Theaterdrome, the Habbo Theaterdrome, Laura G in the screenshot. One of again, this is obviously not me. This is a screenshot somehow on the internet on there. Again, another Christmas dome. This is JRH 2002. Sending a hover alert to someone. Maintenance break. Maintenance break. But they used to put some humor into it. I think you hit the wrong switch, Greg. It's everything, all of us just vanished. Oh, calm down, Frank. We're just working on something quick, and we took the website down to work on it. Just checking back again in a little while, to see you, if we're back up. If we're back up, that's actually kind of wrong. Just check back again in a little while to see if we're back up. Yeah. So it's kind of not probably the correct thing to say, but anyway. Apo, one of the two original founders of Habbo. Apparently was seen somewhere. Doesn't have the full room screenshot of him, but yeah. More screenshots of Hobbas. So, yeah, a lot of these are quite, again, quite notable. This is a ban, apparently. This is what happens when you got banned. If you got banned, you got two alerts, actually, which is kind of weird. You got an alert that said you were removed for breaking the Habbo way, and then you had the ban reason. In this case, 7-day ban, leading to permanent ban for scripting furniture into walls. That used to happen quite a lot, actually, back in the Hobbo days. We had to call Hobbas to get furniture out of your walls because you couldn't actually click on them to move the furniture out of the walls. Unless you had Fernie. Unless you had the Fernie command. Which only Gold HC members actually got, as well, by the way. Yeah, a lot of people didn't have that command, so they would call a Hobbo to get assistance with that. And then, yeah, if you got a ban in the hotel, it said a Hobbo kicked you out of the room. You've been banned for breaking the Habbo way, this is why. And then the reason, and that was it. It will just reload to the check-in, to the check-in box. So it's like, yeah, try again. You're sort of banned, you want to try again? It's kind of weird. AK there. Welcome, Zemnis. Welcome to the info bus. The old call for help. This is what you did when you pressed the question mark. This is what you got when you pressed the question mark and went and get live help. You would get all the call for help here. You get this little box, so you just type whatever your problem was and send it. We you know, if they're going to reintroduce Hobbas, we do need a concept like this to return, because we don't just use the call for help to report things, although that's what happened in the past. But we also use them to, like another person, I should say. It wasn't just about another person if you had a problem. It was about other things. So, but yeah, that was that actually was a thing there back then. Another Hobbo ban on the US hotel. Kind of a weird one, actually. This person does not have a name. and that was it was a kick out of the hotel ban, actually, not a kick out of the room ban. Kind of weird how they didn't allow some. I didn't know that was a thing where you had to actually use the hotel that you came from, so that was kind of weird. Because like I always used AU, all the English speaking ones, and I didn't get banned for it. So. Mindlessly sometimes. There's another one. So if people tried to scam passwords, Hobbas would ban people for that as well. This is what it would look like if you tried to log in. You just get like this pop-up saying you're banned. Except it was more in the middle, but anyway. And we just babble on. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I do try to read it. I'm just reading the chat room, dude. I mean, I'm just reading the chat in the room. I'm not reading like a chat log or anything. Imagine how funny that would be. Yeah, I do miss a lot of chat. Sorry, guys. Ban list. This is interesting. I'm not sure exactly what this is. I think this is one of the Hobber tools, like supervisor Hobber tools or something. There's Bex, Bex again, Bex again, Bex again, just in different forms. Bex, Bex, Bex. Bex in a room. See, are people getting banned? See this? There's a Hobber in the middle of the room, right? I'll try and find one here. Hang on, let's go back a sec. Here's a Hobber, right? Here's a Hobber in a room. Look at how many people are in the room. Are they banning people? No, they're not. They don't just ban people, man. There are people in the room. If people just got banned, they wouldn't be in the room. Okay? So, like, let's just calm down about people abusing fucking rights for a sec. Like, Glittercat. I never actually saw Glittercat, but there was apparently a screenshot of Glittercat. Here's another Hobber in a room with people in it. So, another one. We have a whole stack of screenshots of Hobbas as well. I'm just trying to see who are exactly on here. Wasn't Quincy wasn't on here. I did have one of Quincy at one stage. I can't remember exactly where it was. Oh, here he is. Yeah, that's the first this guy here. That was the first Hobber I saw. Very old version of Habbo. This was like what? I don't know. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell if it was like alpha or beta of Habbo, like Hotel Goldfish, perhaps even. But yeah, this is what Habbo used to look like in very, very early stages. So yeah, a Habbo staff badge. Habbo staff badge is closer. Apparently, we couldn't get any closer to it. When we also had moderator in here as well. So can't move this thing. Hang on. I don't know what happened there. Oh, it skipped. Okay, I don't know what happened. Okay, that's alright. I'm gonna close this for now anyway. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. So yeah, moderator. That was the main online moderator account for the hotel, so the hotel was always moderated. So I remember that. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Welcome, Mericlin, or Mercelin, sorry. I'm not sure how to say your name. I'm pretty terrible at that. Alright, so guys, I am gonna head off because it's like 6 AM and I haven't slept like since 2 AM or something, so yeah. I'll find a raid. But yeah, thanks for joining me, really appreciate it. It was great talking with everybody, and we'll definitely revisit and as things develop in Habbo. So please stay around for a raid. I will try to find another Habbo channel player. We have I don't know actually, what do we got? Habbo Hotel Origins, English speaking, this guy. Yeah, let's do that. I'm not sure they're actually streaming it though. What about this one?
Well, he's obviously gonna beat me. There you go, beat me. GG, bro.
Oh yeah.
He made a comeback. He made a comeback.
Here we go. All right, I'll rate this guy.
Right,
I don't know who he is.
I won 40, lost 15. I'm up 25.
But I do need to
HCs,
probably get some rest.
3 HCs is 1 Madge. So that's about 12.
All right, thanks for chilling, guys. Catch you later.
Right now, if I'm not
Bye bye.
from losing 12 Madges. Plus, I won 2 of them, so I'm probably up. Would you say so, chat? I'm up right now, even still after losing 15 HCs.